Nats have achieved the goals established 6 months ago. But there's work to do. A win locks up the #1 seed and ensures home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The regular season comes to a close, but the chase for a title just beginning. For the regular season, here we go one more time. It is closing day of sorts, but really just the beginning for Ian Desmond and the Washington Nationals, with Ryan Zimmerman finally heading to the playoffs. Mark DeRosa's in the lineup today and feeling pretty good about it, evidently. It's a day to look back on a wonderful season. It's a day to look forward to the playoffs. And it's also a day to consider some individual guys who will be picking up some hardware this winter.
Well, when you talk about postseason awards, I think it's what you're doing in the month of September down the stretch in a pennant race that means the most. And when you look at Adam LaRoche's numbers, MVP, Comeback Player of the Year, I think he should win Comeback Player of the Year. In the month of September, when it counts most, 324, 10 home runs, 19 RBI, 36 hits. Gio Gonzalez, Cy Young, month of September, 4-1, 1.74 ERA. He averaged 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. And as far as Bryce Harper goes, he's done his best work in the month of September. A 3.33 average, 8 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs, 14 RBI, and 26 runs scored. Ian Desmond, fantastic here at shortstop. He would have been in the MVP mix, and hands down, Manager of the Year for the National League, Davey Johnson, and Mike Rizzo, Executive of the Year. It's those last two don't need any stats. For me, they're no-brainers.
Yeah, those should be absolutely unanimous slam dunks. Now, Edwin Jackson struggled at St. Louis in his last start, walked some guys. He needs to get things tuned up for the playoffs because he's got that postseason experience, and he's very important to this ball club.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about that last outing against St. Louis. Ending in the third, it was a blip on the radar screen for Edwin Jackson. Works much better with Jesus Flores. We'll keep an eye on that today.
And, of course, still fresh in our minds, the celebrating that's taken place this week. Scenes from Nationals Park we will not soon forget. But hopefully, about this time next year, another whole chapter. So here we go for the first time. Wrapping up the 2012 season, getting ready for postseason with young guys, others who've been around here for a while, pitchers, position players, you name it. They've all been a big part of it. Brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Great crowd shaping up today. In fact, it's been a really good series. 35,000 plus on Monday, nearly 34 last night, and a lot of folks are going to take in the last regular season game. Why not? It's partly cloudy, sun peeking out right now, 79 degrees. Brought to you all season long by Train.com. Log on for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Phillies 7th in the league in hitting, 8th in runs and 8th in home runs. And Darren Ruff has made it tough on the Nats. He's driven in all 4 of their runs in this series. He's on an 8-game hitting streak, 11 for 29, all 3 of his big league home runs against Washington pitching. And today's version is Edwin Jackson. 9-11, be nice to see him become a double-digit winner to join the other guys on the staff.
Well, this is where I usually do last time out, but we're not going to talk about that today. He threw 56 pitches, 25 for strikes. You see the opponent's average, 243 against. I think this is a good tune-up for Edwin Jackson, a guy with a lot of October experience. And you look at what the Phillies are going to see from Edwin Jackson today. Fastball, slider, cutter, which he's used a lot lately, curveball, changeup. And he lets you know early, that slider slide in the first inning is going to be a long day for whoever he's facing. I think last time out, just a hair strong, and we'll see how he fares today. Mark DeRosa getting the start in left field today. Jason Worth in center. Michael Morrison, righty, and Desmond on the left side with Zimmerman. Espinoza on the right side with Moore. And Jesus Flores getting the nod behind the plate.
I hope Mark DeRosa gets a base hit his first or second time up today, because he's been battling to get off the interstate, just a season riddled with injuries. So he gets a couple of hits last night, gets his batting average up to 198. So he was supposed to play left field and Michael Morrison right, and now as we look out, it's an exact flip-flop of what we were told about an hour and a half ago. But nevertheless, how about a couple of hits for Mark DeRosa today? Get that batting average over 200 and help give this team a little jolt into the postseason. He is a pro's pro. Here's Juan Pierre to lead off. In his career, 3 for 8 against Edwin Jackson. Greg Gibson, 14-year veteran, has the plate. Phil Cuzzy, the crew chief, Jerry Davis, and Manny Gonzalez on the bases. First pitch, it is right in there. Underway at 107. Juan Pierre hitting .310. Doesn't play every day. And he's in the top 5 in the National League in stolen bases with 37. And a little chopper. Zimmerman came charging forward and then read a hop that he ended up waiting for. 1 out.
Well, he had to get the big hop, so right here he realized he's going to get the in-between hop. Did a little stutter step to get the right hop, and on the run makes another great throw right on the money to Tyler Moore.
So great seeing Adam LaRoche do what he did last night. Kevin Franzen is next, and all he's been doing is hitting and hitting and hitting. 2 more hits last night, 2 for 5. So in the series, 4 for 9. Swing and a miss. Counts even 1-1.
Good first slider of the day for Edwin. Good one, 86.
Pretty good sink on that one. Backhand Ryan Zimmerman. Right on target, 2 outs. They might hit every ball to him in these 9 innings.
And they all are going to be in between hops.
Not sure if he's going to play all 9, but he's off to a good start.
That was a short hop to the backhand side. Good throw right on the money. Something on it. See a little short hop right there. Just giving with it. Plenty of time. Good play.
They'll bring in Chase Utley with 2 outs and the bases empty. He's only been on base once in this series with a walk. The Nats can decide this best record thing themselves this afternoon with a win. And high in the air to right. That's Mark DeRosa. And Chase Utley is 0 for 8 in this series. So a 1-2-3 for Edwin to start off the day. To finish things up before playoffs here sometime next week. So here's the Nats lineup, brought to you by Dodge. Experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency at your authorized Dodge dealer. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com. Check out the powerful lineup. Denny Espinosa is the one guy who's had great numbers against Cliff Lee. 7 hits, 3 of them home runs, 5 RBIs career. Every pitcher has one guy, it seems, that drives him crazy. So Danny's that man against Cliff Lee, who in 7 starts against Washington is 5-2 with a 2.28 ERA.
Last time out on September 28th in Miami, received the no decision, gave up 1 run on 3 hits over 7 innings, struck out 5, walked 1 through 86 pitches, 61 for strikes.
He'll face Jason Worth to start the game. And Jason will step in hitting .297 with 5 home runs and 31 batted in. So one more time on this stat since coming off the DL. Jason Worth batting .302. 53rd game that he's been back, and Cliff Lee starts him off with a strike. This one straight up into the air. Carlos Ruiz turning his back on the pitcher, as he should. 1 out.
You see the repertoire from Cliff Lee. Fastball, cutter, curveball change. I'll cut the fastball in on righties. The fastball's sneaky fast around 92. It'll get up on you. Curveball's good. He'll use the changeup a lot, 26% of the time.
Mark DeRosa, 6 for his last 15. Trying to close the season on a nice little hot streak here. 1 for 6 career against Cliff Lee. This is a left-hander. We've seen him before. He gets the ball back. He's ready to fire. Works quickly. 280th career start. He has 125 wins, 77 losses. And he's got Mark DeRosa locked up. Mark 1 for 6 against him career. Then he takes the breaking ball, misses low and in. So the Nats have a chance to finish the season with 50 wins at home. They're 49-31, 48-33 on the road. What a feather in their cap that could be. Mark DeRosa hits it well to left, and it is caught by Juan Pierre right at the top of the bullpen fence.
Oh, what a catch by Juan Pierre. And how good is Mark DeRosa swinging the bat the last 2 nights? Hit the ball hard a couple of times last night, had 2 hits. First time up today, gets a cutter on the inner half of the plate, pulls his hands in, and you're thinking he got him. Day game, ball carries. But Juan Pierre had a beat on this right off the crack of the bat, knows exactly where he is, jumps at the right time, and takes it right out of the Phillies bullpen. That was a home run.
Mark DeRosa inches away from his 94th career homer, and it would have been his first as a Nat.
You see him take a peek right there? He knew right where he was. He jumped at the perfect time, and that was gone. What a play, and Mark DeRosa can only smile before he throws his helmet down the tunnel.
Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 2. Pardon me. 1-1. And hitting .282. 1 homer away from 25. 1 RBI away from 95. Cliff Lee will give up some home runs. 24 of them this year. I would expect about 2/3 of those, maybe more, have been solos. He just works fast. He's had such an unusual season. 29 starts, only 14 decisions, and he had, what, 2 wins into the second half? He'll field this one and fire it on to his first baseman, Darren Ruff. So the Nats go in order. Mark DeRosa inches away from a home run. Things off today. And for the Phils, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 against Edwin Jackson. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. So best record, Cincinnati tonight. Homer Bailey at St. Louis against Shelby Miller, who comes out of the Cardinals bullpen to start a game tonight. St. Louis clinched a playoff spot last night. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup they put on the field tonight against Cincinnati. Although the Nats can make it a moot point by winning this game, they don't have to worry about a thing.
I was talking to Mike Rizzo before the game, asking him about the 1 seed, his feelings on it, and he said, you know what? I just want to have the best record because I want to have the best record, and that's it. Doesn't really care who they match up with, and there's no easy road to a championship, so it's a good point.
Carlos Ruiz against Edwin Jackson. So Edwin has one of those, how do I get this guy out hitters staring him down. Ruiz 5 out of 6 against Edwin with a couple of RBIs. 6-pitch first inning with 5 strikes. Is it a check swing? It is, says Phil Cuzzy down at first.
But more importantly, the slider was good. Did he go? Pretty far.
Slaps it right side. Tyler Moore there to smother it. Edwin was over so quickly. Tyler said, okay, I don't have to do it myself. 4 straight to start the game and 3 on ground balls.
Yeah, 95-mile-an-hour fastball right there from Edwin. Outer half, good sink to it. Ruiz started to swing and the bottom dropped out.
That'll bring in Dominic Brown. Phillies have 81 wins on the year. They're 81 and 80. They've won 40 games at home, 41 on the road. Got to be a check swing for a strike, and it is.
A full swing.
Delayed call there by Greg Gibson. Dominic Brown in this series, 3 for 8.
The sink on the fastball from Edwin early is great. And that's the movement that he didn't have. And the start we're not going to talk about.
What start?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Little flare to left. Desmond drawing a bead on it. And Ian's going to use his speed to catch up with it. 5 in a row to start the game. If you have any questions pertaining to the Nationals 2012 postseason, please stop by the ticket sales booth. When you're here, located adjacent to section 106, or go to nationals.com/postseason.
Or stop by the broadcast booth and ask Bob. He'd love to answer all of them.
We'll try.
Yeah.
Can't guarantee you 100% accuracy.
Will there be a World Series championship banner in the ballpark anytime soon?
I'd say maybe. There is a blank flag up on top of the scoreboard, by the way. Nothing on it. Nothing from this century. There it is, waiting to be filled in someday. Those other flags are in really good shape considering they're all at least 79 years old.
Where will the Nationals be playing? Who will they be playing?
Well, we know where to a certain extent after today. If the Nats win, they know it'll be at Atlanta or St. Louis, and it'll be Sunday. If they can't win this one, and Darren Ruff's aboard, can't blame anybody for walking that guy right now. We'll have to wait and see what the Reds and Cardinals do tonight.
How many games in a 5-game series do you need to win it?
Well, you could win 4 or 5, but they'll give it to you after 3, and you don't have to play anymore.
How about 7?
That would be 4. You know, the World Series way back when was a 9-game series. That ball swung on hard by Nate Scherholtz, who fouled it off to the left.
I just figured there might be some kids with a game on at school today, and we can help them out.
I'll tell you what, if we got some kids at school and they're watching Masson on their connected device,
yeah,
they're a lot smarter than we are.
That's serious attitude right there.
I don't think we've done a promo all year for Masson in the classroom. Great idea, though.
Well, I've done my share of teaching. We taught them all about the Discovery Channel and dolphins in the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Taught them how to count to, I believe, 11 one night, or 12 or something.
This one heading for the left field line and slicing. And that ball hits the line and goes into the seats for a double. Michael Morse appears to be a little surprised by the call of Manny Gonzalez. That thing looked like it was going to slice out of play, and then it just kind of dropped And it's a double for Nate Sherholtz, second and third, 2 outs.
Well, and that's catch a break. You know, Ruff running on the swing with 2 outs. There's no read right there if you're on first base. And if that ball hits the wall and ricochets around a little bit, that could have been a run. As it is, it just hits the chalk line, bounces in the stands. Second and third, 2 outs with the 8-hole guy up. But Cliff Lee can hit. First base open, 2 outs. You got to pitch to Martinez.
Yeah, Michael Martinez hitting 180, couple of home runs and 7 RBIs. Edwin getting inside on the hands of the left-handed hitter right there. By the way, we do notice that early in the game with a couple of guys on base in scoring position, he works off the full windup. Didn't you bring that point up in St. Louis the other night in that game that really didn't happen? But the one thing I do remember is that you thought maybe with guys on base he would stay with the windup. Bases loaded, second and third, because he really struggled off the stretch.
Yeah, we were wondering. It's your option as a pitcher, and he stayed in the stretch today, the windup, and look at the result.
Yeah, gets the out, and the Phillies will strand a couple. That shows you kids at school how important listening to your friend is. Register for a chance to win a VIP experience for 2 to a 2012 World Series game. Presented by Scott's, the official lawn care company of MLB. Pumped up for the bottom of the second. Let's go, guys, he says, with Michael Morse, Tyler Moore, and Ian Desmond coming up.
Pumped up because he's missing school. Who are you kidding? So's he. That's what I'm talking about.
They're okay unless their teachers have Masson on their mobile devices. So here we go, bottom of the second. Morse, Moore, and Desmond. And Tyler first off. He's had good success, or Michael Morse rather, good success against Cliff Lee, 7 for 20 with an RBI. Michael Morse 1 for 4 in the first game of this series on Monday. A lot of the guys had the evening off last night. Michael just under 300 for the last month or so. Here's a guy the Nationals got from Seattle, a ball club that really never gave him much of a chance. And then he was hurt right before the trade was made. The Nats got him. He got back healthy. And he has turned into some kind of frontline player in this league. Rips it, and that's a fair ball. That'll get deep into the corner. So Michael will dig for second base, and he's in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how teams pitch Michael Morse in the playoffs. When you talk about maybe playing the Atlanta Braves, a team they've seen so many times this year, they'll have a book on Morse. When you talk about the Cardinals and the Giants, haven't seen the Nationals that much. I mean, you could have advanced scouts, and they do a wonderful job, but if you've played a team 19 times during a season, you have your own book plus the advanced scouts book on what the guy's doing recently. So you'd think the Braves would be a little more extensive on the scouting report on the Nats hitters. You know, for the last time in 2012, there goes the no-hitter.
Yeah, pitch him inside, he'll rip it. Pitch him away, he might rip it off the scoreboard. And it's in there to Tyler Moore, who's 1 for 4 in this series. Got a start last night. Actually, Tyler 0 for 4 in this series, pardon me. And he's faced Cliff Lee, 2 for 6 with an RBI against him. Big young man from Mississippi taking a big swing when he saw a pitch up. You know what I'd like to hear from you one more time this year is the number when the Nats break out on top. Hopefully that'll become relevant here in a moment. It's a great fastball. Tyler knew it under his hands, and he strikes out. Ian Desmond is coming up. Kia, full lineup of high quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. This is interesting. Through nearly 460 career games, Ian Desmond a little higher on the batting average, the slugging, the home runs, fewer runs. Jimmy Rollins, of course, a bona fide everyday leadoff guy.
Well, to me, that translates to the guy on the right's going to get paid soon.
Jimmy Rollins has not played 1 inning or 1 at bat in this series. He's got a bad calf muscle that's been bothering him. Ryan Howard's been out for the series with a hurt toe. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it's going to be a rough day for Nats hitters if Cliff Lee gets that call all day. And that's bottom of the strike zone. There is nothing as a hitter you can do with that pitch at all.
Desmond does something with an 0-2 pitch. Juan Pierre into the gap. Then it looked like the ball took off on Pierre. He had to reach up. 2 outs. So some good swings here in the second.
Juan Pierre getting tested early in this game. Robbed Mark DeRosa of a home run. And now Ian Desmond with a low line drive. Kind of heading for the gap. Pierre got a good jump. Almost overran it. A little wrestle with it right there at the end. Whoa. That ball had an extra gear.
It often does when Ian Desmond pulls it. So here's Danny Espinosa. The matchup of the day, at least on paper, with 3 homers, 5 RBIs, and 7 for 16 career against Cliff Lee. Danny's had a good season for the right side of the plate, batting .287. Left-handed, under 200 for a good part of the year, and then he got it up well over 200. That's a pretty deep hole, though. And this ball on a breaking pitch that jammed him popped up to right for Dominic Brown. So the Nats a leadoff double by Michael Morse. He never goes beyond second base. No score into the third. No score, top of the third inning coming up. Cliff Lee will lead off. Good hitting pitcher. Then the top of the order. Washington area Toyota dealers helping children receiving medical treatment with their families at their side at the National Institutes of Health. So every strikeout, $37 this year. It's been a wonderful promotion, a wonderful piece of generosity by Toyota. The Nats with the fourth most strikeouts in the major leagues this year. Strasburg and Gio Gonzalez leading the way. So thanks all season long to Toyota. You've done a lot of good for the kids at NIH and their families. Edwin Jackson, 23 pitches, 14 strikes. Just a walk and a hit so far. He faces Cliff Lee, who's a 166 career hitter with 2 home runs. Cliff Lee sets up like a guy who wants to pull the ball and takes a very nice looking swing. Kind of wide open, then swings that front foot around a bit. He's a good athlete, always has been. He went to Benton High School in Arkansas. Bentonville is the town over there, northwest Arkansas, not far from the university. And he was a baseball, basketball, football guy there. And he played for the Razorbacks about 10 miles south. Still lives in that area. And an 0-2 pitch to Cliff Lee.
96.
I think Edwin, something has clicked in his mind because we've had the month of October start. Nice 1-2 pitch in the dirt, unhittable. Flores smothers it, and strikeout number 1. Top of the order coming up. Catch all the action of the postseason. It all starts this week on Fox and TBS. In fact, now we're just 2 days away from all that wild card fun on Friday.
That's some fun today, I'll tell you that.
Man, the American League is unbelievable.
Can't wait to see Oakland and Texas. I think that starts at 3:35.
Possibility of 2 playoffs to determine division champions? Crazy. Cardinals will play at Atlanta at a time to be determined on Friday in the National League wild card. The Nats could clinch meeting one of them by winning today. But how about the National League this year with 2 teams winning 97 games, another Atlanta winning 93, Giants 94. This American League thing is absolutely insane because the Orioles have to win at Tampa Bay, hope the Yankees lose to have identical records, and then it's an all or nothing. Well, not all or nothing. It's first place or wild card with Oakland and Texas. How about the Athletics? Amazing.
I mean, who didn't pick the A's to win 93 games?
Everybody.
Who didn't pick the Orioles to win 93 games?
Nearly everybody. Texas-Oakland, by the way, is a day game starting at 3:35 Eastern. Ryan Dempster and A.J. Griffin pitching. And that's a swing. And that's 2 outs. Juan Pierre down on strikes. 2 Ks in a row for Edwin Jackson.
And that's the slider. It's here today. And for the majority of the season, it's been dirty. Check this one out. Wow, bottom dropped out 87 miles an hour. Pierre tried to hold up. Saw fastball all the way until his hands got in the strike zone, then realized it was a slider.
Kevin Franzen robbed of a hit on a good play by Ryan Zimmerman with 2 outs, bases empty. Getting ahead today. Right side, well placed, right between Moore and Espinoza. You didn't think Kevin Franzen was going to hitless today, did you?
No, he can hit.
He's now 5 out of 11 in this series. And we talked about this. You mentioned last night he'll have a job somewhere next year, if not with the Phillies. What kind of job to be determined? He's 30 years of age, kind of a crossroads of his career, and I'll tell you, he is showing people that he knows what's going on right now. And the Phillies, they don't go out and get some big name third baseman. Why not that guy?
Well, he's a valuable guy. He could be an everyday guy. I don't know if that's in the mix, but definitely a solid bench player that can play second, short, and third. And as we've seen, he can swing the bat.
One on, 2 outs, and Chase Utley the hitter. Fly ball to right, first time for Utley. Finishing up an injury-filled season that'll see him play just 83 games. End up with right around 300 at bats. But the way we've seen him move around recently, looks like the knees are fine. He's also 11 out of 12 stealing bases. So if Chase Utley is back and they can get Ryan Howard right, we'll see if young Mr. Ruff is the left fielder next year. Charlie Manuel has got something to work with. He's still got some of the best pitching in baseball on this staff. Cliff Lee is signed through 2015, today's starter. That's hard hit. Tough play. Espinosa knocks it down. That is textbook getting your body behind a hot shot right there. Phillies have stranded 3. No score. Danny Espinosa and Ian Desmond have been doing this up the middle all year. Third. It's been a week that I think Mike Rizzo knew was going to happen here. But, Mike, a lot of people thought next year was the next year. Here you pulled it off this season. And, Hardy, congratulations from all of us up here.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's been a real whirlwind of a season for us. You know, tumultuous, a lot of injuries. We overcome a lot of adversity and played gritty baseball for the most part. And we're really proud of ourselves and, hoping to take this thing as deep as we can.
How much fun was the other night?
It was as much fun as I've ever had. It was a great time. The camaraderie and the emotions of the guys were it was something that surprised me a little bit. But it was a fired up bunch of guys.
And that emotion started from the moment in the dugout. Even though they're losing a ball game 2-0, they found out they were champions. And I was a little surprised by how intense the reaction was. Some ball clubs say, hey, we'll wait till we get in the clubhouse. I mean, it was a spontaneous thing, Mike.
It really was. I think it was a lot of bottled up emotion and aggression, and we were grinding away those last couple of games to get to that finish line, and I think that it relaxed everybody, it relieved everybody, and it really is going to be the engine that gets us going to the next level.
Do you buy into a team has to be playing their best baseball the last week of the season to go deep into the playoffs?
It seems that's been the way that the last couple of years have gone. But I think that this play-in game it makes it it's a whole different scenario now. Those one-game sudden death type of games are really, you got to put it all on the line. And I think the team is at a distinct disadvantage to play the number one seed.
And there's a reason for that, as Jesus Flores hits it out to Michael Martinez, because, Mike, we've all heard that the Braves will have to throw Chris Medlin Friday night. St. Louis will give them their best bolt. So that's an immediate benefit for a ball club that might be waiting to play either one of them 2 days later, not having to face that best guy.
I would imagine that would have to be that would be our strategy. Put it that way. You're not going to strategize and go with what you don't think is your best to get into the round of a 5-game series. So I think they would have to do that, and I think it's an advantage for the team that comes in there and plays them.
And I know it's not time to reflect on the season, but when you talk about postseason awards, we talked about Adam LaRoche for MVP today. We talked about Gio Gonzalez for Cy Young, Bryce Harper for Rookie of the Year, and Davey Johnson for Manager of the Year. We also talked about you for Executive of the Year. But talk about those first three guys, what Adam LaRoche, Bryce Harper, and Gio Gonzalez has meant to this ball club, and if you think they're worthy of postseason awards.
Well, LaRoche has been everything that we thought he was going to be when we signed him to that 2 year in an option deal, and more. The first time ever he was hurt last year, and he didn't like it. So he's given the numbers that he always gives. It seems like you could pencil him into 270, 25 to 30, and 100 RBIs just about every year, and then put on that Gold Glove defense. He should win the Gold Glove for sure, in my opinion.
Hands down. And Gio Gonzalez, 21-8, 2.89.
Well, he's the best pitcher on the best team in a really tough division. He grinded it out and gave us big wins when we needed him down the stretch. To me, pitching in pennant race is much different than pitching on a third or fourth or fifth place team.
4-1 with a 1.74 in the month of September.
Yeah, and if you want to go even deeper into the sabermetrics part of it, his WAR is the best out of all the candidates, and he means the most to this team than those other guys mean to their team.
And Bryce Harper for Rookie of the Year.
To me, I don't see how with the month he's had and the way he's finishing and what he means to this club and the energy level and the jolt that he gave us when he came up here. I think that he's got to have the favorite to win that award.
330, 7 home runs, 26 runs scored in the month of September.
Against lefties, righties, he's really figured out how to handle himself in that batter's box. He's much calmer now. I think he's a better hitter now than when we brought him up at the beginning of the season, and he's played great defense also.
Jason Worth hits that ball well out to center. It is off the big wall out there. Worth is thinking 3, and with 2 outs, he's going to keep on going, and he's there at third.
But you see how he's not just satisfied with the triple. The ball trickled away, and he's thinking about, how do I score?
A lot of Bryce Harper's approach on the bases is learned from Jason Worth's approach on the bases. They're both terrific base runners. Jason's one of the best in baseball, and Bryce has really learned from him in that phase of his game.
And Riz, you've been around baseball a long time. Have you ever seen a guy miss 75 games and come back like he hasn't missed one?
And came back so fast. I mean, nobody expected him back. He was about 3 or 4 weeks ahead of schedule because of the way he immediately went out and got the surgery on the hand and the way he rehabbed. People don't really take that into account when they talk about what he's meant to the team this year. I mean, he really put it all on the line to get back here as soon as he could.
Mark DeRosa in this series, swinging the bat as well as anybody on the National side. Nearly homered first time up. So a 2-out RBI opportunity for Mark, who still is 6 for his last 16. Robbed on that drive into the glove of Juan Pierre above the left field wall last time up.
Oh, we always talk about what a hands-on GM you are. You know, former scout. Fantastic story in the Washington Post, by the way. But I didn't think you'd be in the middle of the mosh pit throwing champagne all over everybody. We showed that last night. I thought that was great.
Where else would I be? Where else do I want to be? I mean, there was nowhere else I'd rather have been is in that mosh pit. It was, like I said, it was a culmination of a lot of hard work from a lot of people, and I think I was representing the whole front office when I was in the middle of the pit.
Yeah, we were shocked that you were not up in your private booth having cheese and wine.
There you are, right there. Exactly. Well,
take a name.
They all got me. I had nowhere to go at one time. They surrounded me and they doused me with about 6 beers and about 2 bottles of champagne, and it froze the top of my bald head. So
that's fantastic.
2-1 to DeRosa, who pops it up out to center. Mike, can you give us another half inning?
I'd love to.
Because I have a question for you about the conversation you and your dad had when he told you you weren't going to be a ball player. I want to find out why. We're coming back in a minute. Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at mbusa.com. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Stop by any participating Greater Washington, D.C. bank and get your October natitude on. Well, pitched game on both sides, Cliff Lee and Edwin Jackson. We didn't expect anything less. So now that you've partied like it's 2012, Mike, one of the parts of the story that I really liked that they did on you was when your dad sat you down and said, kind of sorry to break this to you, but you're not going to be a major league ball player. Why?
Well, lack of ability, I guess, would be the operative description. Is, I have such great respect for guys who play in the big leagues because I know what it takes to play in the big leagues because I didn't have the ability level to do it. And, these are the 700 or so greatest baseball players on earth. And that
ball's going to be inside the line, and that's Carlos Ruiz. It's kind of season he's had. He'll lead off the fourth with a double.
They make this game so easy that it makes us, the viewing public, say, well, gee, throw a strike or you got to hit that fastball. But, from where I sit in the second level, it's much easier to play than when I was at the plate. So I've got great respect for them. And, my dad's an old evaluator and kind of shot me straight. And he was in the minor leagues for years and years and years. And once you get out of the minor leagues, then, what do? So he said, you can bounce around the minor leagues as much as you want. But at the end of the day, if you want to make something in this game, get out and do something that you can get to the big leagues in, be a coach or a manager or a scout, and you can be someday a general manager. And that was the route I took.
Well, speaking of old evaluators, you hired Davey Johnson on to be just that at first. Now he's your manager, and we all think hands down National League Manager of the Year.
Well, there's no doubt what he's been through with this club, and the young core of players, and the setbacks with injuries, and don't forget we haven't played one game with our full assortment of players, with Ramos out, with Zim out, Morse at one time, and Desi. it's been terrific the way he's pieced this thing together, given opportunities to our young kids, and we found out about Lombardozzi and Tyler Moore and those type of guys. But Davey's the steady hand and the soothing voice.
Here's Darren Ruff. Very impressive, playing for a job with the Phillies next year. Nats walked him first time up in the series. He's 3 for 6 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Mike Rizzo spending time with us on the last day of the regular season.
I talked to you earlier, and you had something interesting to say about today's game and having the #1 seed.
Yeah, I'm not as much concerned about the seeds and who we're playing and where we're going. I'd like to have the best record because I want to win the most games. I think it boils down to as simple as that. Why not be able to say that, yeah, we've got the best record in Major League Baseball. It's cooler than saying that we've got the second best record in Major League Baseball.
Well, we said it for the majority of the season. Why stop now?
Exactly.
No balls and 2 strikes. Edwin against Ruff. Target away. There's that slider, and the rookie does a pretty good job of going down to foul it off.
And talk about that slider. When that slider's good, he's almost unhittable, but every 2 or 3 starts, he has trouble throwing it for strikes.
Well, it's such a touch feel pitch, and some days it's like one of those good curveball guys. When they feel it, it's a feel pitch, and when he's got it rolling, he is tough to hit because he throws 95 also, but it's oftentimes.
Well, oftentimes it's a pop-up. This will be interesting. Looks deep enough to score the run. Worth will launch a throw, and nothing he could do. Ruiz scores, and the Phillies are on top.
Well, that's a lot of pressure playing center field when you've seen Bryce Harper throw all season long.
Oh, there's no doubt. You're talking about surrounding the ball, having your momentum come in through the ball, but he was a little bit too deep for that, except for anybody but not named Harper or Ankiel probably doesn't throw you out.
Right.
Nate Scherholtz with 2 outs. Mike, before we let you go, playoff roster decisions have to be made. This ball club, because of how good it is from top to bottom, forces you into a very difficult decision process, doesn't it?
Well, it does, and the strategy we're going to employ here is depend on who we match up against, who gives us that 24th and 25th man advantage, because I want to give the best manager in baseball all the tools to go against his counterpart, whoever that may be, and have Davey beat that manager in that part of the game, so I think there'll be difficult decisions because everybody's played well and everybody wants to be on the playoff roster, but these things change round by round and team by team. So who's on the roster now may not be on the roster the next time around, depending on who we play.
1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the 4th. Hey, Mike, we just want to thank you. I mean, our day-to-day job here on MASN made so easy by how accessible you are, Davey. That sort of thing starts at the top of a ball club and filters on down. So, from us, we thank you for that because you guys are always giving us the information we know our viewers want and that we want to know, and we appreciate that.
Well, it's our pleasure. We're all in this together, and that's the good part. And when you guys have the correct information, it only makes your job easier, and it makes the message that much cleaner. And you guys do a terrific job of giving our message out. And you guys work hard too. You're on the road with us all the time, so it's kind of a team effort.
2-2 pitch, and just able to foul it off. Nate Scherholtz.
And if we don't have the correct information, we make it up.
Exactly. And then you'll hear from me afterwards.
So there's a big race here coming up.
There are rumors flying.
I mean, they're swirling around this ballpark.
All these videos of Teddy working out and Teddy doing this. And
we're anxious.
John McCain talking to him and all these people inspiring him. You guys setting us up for something?
Well, those decisions are way above my pay grade.
Oh, you've been living in Washington too long.
Yeah, that line's never been used in this town before. So it's 2 on, 2 out. Mike, we'll let you go. Thanks so much for your time. And, again, congratulations.
My pleasure, guys. Thanks.
Mike Rizzo. The Nats trying to win their 98th game of the year today. We thought it was so cool when they got up to 80 last year with that 15-5 rush at the end of September. This has gone way beyond. A little bit of a lean there by Scherholtz, who's 2 for 2 today. Had that ground rule double earlier, and the base hit now up the middle. And that ball to left, but that's where Michael Morse is. Easy play. Philly's gone, top of the fourth, but they get a run on the Ruiz double and the rough fly ball. The president's race a moment ago had no chance whatsoever. How many times has he been knocked down? That's a facsimile of the Philly fanatic who just lost his beak. And here comes Teddy, accompanied by the fanatic, or at least a facsimile thereof. It's history. It is history.
And maybe the loudest I've heard the ballpark all season long is chants of Teddy, Teddy. How about that, folks?
What happens to the Let Teddy Win website and all that stuff now?
Let's change the name.
Wow. Evidently trained by some of our finest. But it never helps to have a green mascot get in the way of three others. Hey, that's happened to Teddy plenty of times. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
We might have to pass a drug test to make it official, but wow, there it is, history.
And only fitting that Ryan Zimmerman, who's watched every piece of ineptitude by a racing president that any player could watch, is the leadoff guy. Now he ought to hit the ball out of the park. Counts even, 1-1 against Cliff Lee, bottom of the fourth.
I have to admit, that was pretty cool.
Ballpark still buzzing. There were all kinds of rumors in 07, last day at RFK, 08, first day here, didn't happen. Others thought it might be the first time the Nats play a playoff game, which will happen. Ryan, a good job of staying alive on a tough breaking ball by Cliff Lee. Through it all, Teddy's never stopped smiling. Do I hear horns honking on 395?
Oh, yeah.
Is the word getting out?
Absolutely.
Zimmerman drills it. Right field line. Flirting with the wall. It is a homer. Teddy wins. Zimmerman goes deep. And the game is tied.
Is this a movie?
That is karma, man.
Unbelievable.
By the way, that's 25 and 95 for Ryan Zimmerman.
Teddy wins a race and the face of the franchise goes deep.
I knew something was up when Ryan was leading off.
That was not rehearsed.
I wonder if the irony of this situation has occurred to Ryan. I'm sure it has. He's one of the most aware guys about everything you'll ever meet. So that's a fastball upstairs to Michael Morse.
Just think how many home runs the Nats would have hit if Teddy would have won sooner. That's some serious pop going the other way. And you knew if it stayed fair, it was gone. Anytime you hit a ball to right field, you wonder if it's going to tail foul, but it was clearly fair by a long ways. Into the bullpen. Teddy wins. Zim goes deep. All is good in Nats land.
Breaking ball in there to Morse. Pretty good take. Counts even 2-2.
I mean, this ball club never ceases to amaze me on the things we've seen throughout the season.
Michael Morse high in the air to right center. It is up against the scoreboard. Morse will stop at second. Ball mishandled for just a moment. And the Nats are dialing some long distance here in the fourth inning. Michael Morse has 2 doubles.
Hey, you thank Mike Rizzo for being accessible to us. I want to thank him for the ball club he's put together this summer and the thrills they've given us. You feel lucky to watch them on a daily basis. The stuff they've accomplished this year has been amazing, but when you talk about all the clutch hits, all the thrilling comebacks, the extra inning wins, the walk-off wins at home, and now Teddy wins. Ryan Zimmerman hits a homer and the Beast hits a double. Come on. And a game that doesn't mean a whole lot other than you want the best record in baseball. This is turning out to be a pretty good one.
So Tyler Moore is next.
Think Teddy's got a cycle in him? Homer, double, triple, single.
There you go. The stats do not lie. This is a game of numbers.
They're such a better ball club since Teddy won. Way better.
If he'd have won on opening day, that might be 161-0 right now.
Yeah, undefeated. And their magic number would still be 2.
Cliff Lee has been pounding Tyler Moore inside here. Struck him out on a fastball under his hands back in the second. With Michael Morse at second base, nobody out. So that part of the equation is the same. Let's see if Tyler can at least move him or maybe drive him. 3-1.
I mean, how do you think Teddy winning affected Cliff Lee? That's got to rattle him.
Tyler Moore hits it hard. That is a fair ball. Here comes Morse. Back to back to back extra base hits. And the Nats are on top.
I mean, if Teddy doesn't win, that ball's foul.
Tyler Moore, RBI number 28.
9th double of the year for Moore. Instead of trying to move Michael Morse, just trying to put the ball in play with 2. Hits it down the left field line, and it's just fair. Scoring the Beast. Teddy's 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a home run, and 2 doubles.
Ian Desmond lined out to left first time. That's that ball in the gap that Juan Pierre grabbed.
Think Teddy's pounding some champagne right now?
Fastball inside. Ian Desmond's driven in 73 this year. 10th in the league, by the way, in slugging percentage. Not many shortstops ever appear in that category. He gets jammed and pops it up. Carlos Ruiz right there. First out of the inning. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Well, I think, just my humble opinion, that that's the only time Teddy should ever win, ever. And you just leave him at 1. Maybe.
Could we then call him the Dwayne Kuiper of mascots?
Absolutely.
Because your buddy in San Francisco, 1 career home run, right?
Yeah. Many years in the big leagues, 1 home run, and he's famous for that. And then maybe you just leave Teddy at 1 win, and he's famous for that. It represents the 2012 season, the National League East Division champions.
Danny Espinosa with a big-time swing, and he fouled it, grazing the mask of Carlos Ruiz. Pitch upstairs, Espinosa unable to get to it.
I just got a tweet from somebody that said, you mentioned kids watching at school. Thought I was the only one. Then 15 people just jumped up in the office when Teddy won the race. So apparently a lot of people watching this game at school today, and we love that. It's great.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball is up. That's forcing Cliff Lee to throw a lot of pitches here. So he's up in the low 60s with only 1 out, 4th inning. Tried to bring that breaking ball around to the corner. It stayed outside. Fastball rips right by him. 92 by Cliff Lee. Only his 3rd K of the day, but he can reach back for what he needs at a time like that.
Well, that 92 will jump on you, too. You can see Danny Espinosa a little bit late on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Cliff Lee.
Get to your local Nissan dealer. Special offers, Nissan. Innovation that excites. Visit ChooseNissan.com. They've been bringing us pitch track all year. Jesus Flores grounded to short his first time. Cliff Lee right now operating high in the strike zone and doing okay with it. Jesus Flores, 26 RBIs on the year, appearing in his 83rd game. Playing time sparing since the arrival early August of Kurt Suzuki. And a good take by Jesus. Counts even 2-2. Edwin Jackson can swing it. He's next. 7 career RBIs. High in the air, foul ground, tough play, rough play. Darren unable to get to it.
Yeah, you could tell he didn't really have a beat on that foul ball from the get-go. Long way to go for Dominic Brown. Ruff giving it a try, but the ball was one place and he was in another. That's tough day game foul territory. Ball's behind him already, and you could tell he wasn't going to make that play before it happened.
Well, Jesus Flores had a birthday last week. He's 28 years of age now. Has never complained about anything that's happened with him getting playing time or not getting playing time with his ball club. Picked up by the Nats in 06 as a Rule 5 from the Mets off their single-A ball club in St. Lucie, and he's been a great soldier for this club. And a nice take. The count goes 3-2. We'll never know how good Jesus could have been back in 09. He was hitting .301 in the middle of May when he took that foul ball off of his shoulder at Arizona and did not play the entire rest of that season or the following year.
Well, he's good enough to catch a first-place team the majority of the season and drive one of the best starting rotations in the big leagues.
And Edwin Jackson loves throwing to him. Jesus stays alive on a 3-2.
I just want to find out where Teddy's going after the game, and I want to party with him all night. He's got to have a table somewhere. VIP, bottle service. I mean, he's got to celebrate. You know how hard he's worked to get to today?
That place better have a big door.
Yeah, maybe he's going to the White House.
Through the loading dock?
Yeah. Party at the White House with Teddy tonight, everybody. Let's all go. Davey's going.
The place has been redecorated a few times since Teddy lived there. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jesus Flores. Nats have the lead. Big run sitting out there in Tyler Moore with 2 outs here in the 4th. Quite a battle now by Jesus Flores against Cliff Lee. Now this inning has taken Cliff Lee into the low 70s on his pitch count. Meanwhile, Edwin Jackson, 51 pitches in 4 innings, 34 of them strikes. Oh, he's going to be called out on a fastball high in the zone. We have witnessed history in Washington, D.C. Teddy Roosevelt has won a race. He's got the attitude. And then Ryan Zimmerman feeling the karma with a homer. Morrison more of the doubles. And thanks to Teddy, Nats 2, Phil's 1.
here, and the Nationals lead the Phillies 2-1. Final game of the regular season today here on Wireless Wednesday. It's been a long season, a grind for the Nationals, but according to Danny Espinosa, he says they are not feeling the effects of it right now. Everybody is physically feeling good, ready to keep competing, and the way that they've been winning certainly helps.
When you're in first place, your body feels pretty good. When you're in last place, your body feels like crap. You know, it's easier to come to the field every single day when you're winning. It's fun to come to the field every day when you're winning. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody wants to be here. We enjoy going out there and winning every night. When you're losing every night, yeah, your body hurts more. You notice more. The struggles are more apparent. But when you're winning, everything seems to go smooth.
Davey Johnson talked today about how you don't need to have guys with postseason experience to have success in the playoffs. He says you gain experience by playing 162 games and winning them. He said we treat every game as a big game. We don't prepare any differently, and the beauty of it is these guys play alongside each other all year long and know what their teammates are capable of doing, and they feed off of each other's energy.
Christina's report brought to you by AFCEA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. Top of the fifth, Cliff Lee against Edwin Jackson.
Yeah, whatever injuries you have or whatever ailments you might have throughout the course of 162, go right away as soon as you step on the field for the first game of the NLDS. You can't even feel your feet.
That's because they're not touching the ground.
Right.
Fastball just missing, down and in. Cliff Lee struck out first time. And that's high in the zone. Counts even 2-2. It's been a strike all day. Edwin Jackson has never beaten the Phillies in his career. 4 starts, 5.32 ERA, 0-4, but he's pitching like he wants a W in his back pocket today. That's his 3rd strikeout. So $37 from every strikeout goes to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. Thanks to our Washington area Toyota dealers. And as mentioned earlier, the Nats top 4 in the league in strikeouts. Top in the ERA stat just about every game this season. And with the strikeouts, Strasburg number 37 and Gio number 47 leading the way. Maybe next year the sales guys can talk them into going $47 for every strikeout.
There you go.
I think if Gio wins the Cy Young, 47 is a great number.
I'm in.
Fastball away, 2-0 to Juan Pierre, who has grounded to Zimmerman and struck out swinging. They have this speedster played way over to the left. Michael Morse only about 40 to 45 feet off the left field line. And a 2-1. Mentioned Juan Pierre doesn't play every day, but he has 37 stolen bases. He's the active leader with 591. Top 30 all time. Tough guy to strike out. He's always been a great contact hitter. Through his career, Juan Pierre has made contact 94% of the time. Edwin had that slider down in the dirt to get him last time. Tries to do it again.
Well, you see how he's shortening up with 2 strikes, just playing pepper, trying to put it in play. I'll probably go on about a 30-minute rant right now about strikeouts in today's game and how It's not that big a deal. Where back in the day, if somebody struck you out, that was the ultimate. Guys would do whatever they could to put the ball in play, because if you struck out, it was just a pride thing. Now guys don't cut down their swings with 2 strikes because you get paid for hitting the long ball. And it's not that big a deal if you take your back to the dugout after a strikeout. And guys like Juan Pierre spread out, put the ball in play. And like I always say, good things happen when you put the ball in play. And there's certain guys, Carp, that get paid to hit home runs. They shouldn't cut down their swing with 2 strikes. 3 and 4 hitters, I get that.
Two again. Juan Pierre whiffs again. He doesn't strike out twice in the same game very often, and so it's the pitcher and Pierre, each with 2 Ks today.
95 from Edwin Jackson. The velocity's been great all day long. Pretty good run on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So he's been as high as 96. The slider's been good, and so is he.
One more out to get 5 innings in the scorebook. Only run, the double by Ruiz down the line, leading off the second. That was down the opposite field line. Then the fly ball by Darren Ruff. And he's got Franzen bending his knees trying to reach that thing.
That's a good uni right there. Dirt, eye black, pine tar on the helmet.
Kind of looks like it's a continuous thing right up to the top of the helmet there.
Pine tar on the back shoulder, pine tar on the front shoulder for when he finishes his swing. It's good uni. I haven't seen so much chatter on the internet about Teddy in my life. I mean, it's going crazy right now. The people that are tweeting about Teddy winning, I mean, we're talking about big-time names. I'm serious. You should see what's going on the internet.
Come on, Wolf Blitzer. Put Teddy in the situation room tonight.
This is a big deal.
Come on, Wolf.
Jim Bowden's tweeting, congratulations to Teddy. I mean, you got to look at all the names on here that are going nuts over the fact that Teddy won. It might be headlines in the Post tomorrow.
Jim Bowden thought about trading him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball was hanging a bit, and the hit machine named Kevin Franzen has done it again. He's going to dig for a couple. Good play by Michael Morse. And if that ball doesn't hop up and bring Espinosa's glove off the ground, Michael might have thrown him out. Kevin Franzen's now 6 for 12 in this series.
I'll tell you what, he's some kind of baseball player. 10th double of the season. A guy that consistently puts the barrel on the baseball. Good play by Michael Morse. Good pick by Espinosa. Going with the 2-hand tag down in there to keep the ball secure in his glove. And it looks like Franzen just got in there.
Yeah, Morse really made that close. Just looked like an average double off the bat. Chase Utley is next. He's 0 for 2. Utley's flied to right and hit that hot shot to Danny Espinosa. Ending the 3rd inning, Espinosa got behind it, knocked it down, just the way your coach used to tell you were supposed to, and then threw him out. What do you think the Oakland Coliseum's like right now? 1 hour from now, the Rangers and the Athletics tied at 93 and 68 for a division championship.
Now that place can go berserk when you get people in there, actually. It's one of the louder ballparks in baseball.
And how about the ex-Nat, Johnny Gomes? Another home run last night. He's been Mr. Clutch for them.
His 18th of the year. Yeah, that place will be rocking today for sure. There's a lot of A's fans out there. There's an A right there, Steve McCaddy. He knows what that's all about. He knows that stadium is loud. They just don't want to come to that dump. They really don't. And it is.
Well, maybe this will help them get a new ballpark in Oakland or close by. They deserve one. 2 balls and no strikes to Chase Utley. Dangerous guy here. For that matter, dangerous man on deck in Carlos Ruiz. And Edwin gets the foul ball for a strike. Chase Utley will be 34 next year. Phillies first rounder back in 2000. 15th player overall taken out of UCLA. He's had a great career. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of it, and he has always been tough on the Nats. But this year it's Washington's turn. How about this division next year? Nats are built to last. We know the Phillies will be healthier than they were this year. Atlanta's Atlanta. They're not going anywhere.
And you would think this would be the last time in a long time that a game between the Nats and the Phillies late in September, early October will be meaningless.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a check swing. It is a swing. And it's 3-2. Manny Gonzalez with the call from third base.
Let's see, did he go? Manny says yes. Ooh, he did not go. Nats catch a break.
Yeah. Chase Utley was ready to toss the bat and watch Carlos Ruiz come on in. So now it's a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Utley pulls it hard, and Tyler Moore is right there. So the Nats get a couple of breaks, but, you know, championship teams have been known to get a few here and there. Could see him on the third base side. He came out over there, basking in the glow on October 3rd. Find out why more people choose Cox high-speed internet at Cox.com today. And by the way, the Teddy channel will be coming soon. So his first win, and then he spurs Ryan Zimmerman, who led off moments later to hit an opposite field home run. Morrison Moore would have extra base hits. And I'm sure this situation was not lost on Ryan Zimmerman, who's one of the great opposite field hitters in this league, and he puts one in the bullpen. That tied the game, number 25 for Ryan, his 95th RBI. And then Michael Morse and Tyler Moore hit back-to-back doubles to give Washington the lead. So Edwin Jackson will lead off, bottom of the 6th. That is some serious good karma right there. We've been waiting forever. We've been told by our brilliant producer, Chip Winfield, that we're efforting to get Teddy for an interview. We're not sure he's talking today.
Or sober.
He's been trying to get on Masson for 7 years, and we have refused to talk to him. So he may bag us today. First pitch, Edwin Jackson flies out to Dominic Brown. And there is a ball game going on, and it's serious business as the Nats try to win their 98th game of the year. But it sure is nice to have some fun along the way.
Well, we've had fun all season long. It's been a great ride, partner. I got to thank you, man. It's been one of the best seasons I've ever had.
Likewise.
In a uniform, out of a uniform, period.
You know, and it's so cool when you have a feeling about something as early as the 1st of March when we do our first telecast down in Vieira, and you're thinking, you know, there's something different about this team. And we're not going into a season hoping that a few things fall in place, but kind of knowing that they will. It just had that feel to it.
But I've seen things along the way this season that I've never seen in baseball in my life. The comeback wins, the walk-off wins.
Phantom Grand Slams.
Phantom Grand Slam. I mean, things you've never seen before. The 2.5-hour rain delay, and the guy in the batter's box right now grabs his bat in the clubhouse and screams, "Let's do it," and runs out full speed. First at-bat has about an 8-pitch job and goes deep to tie it. I mean, there's been things this year that have just astonished me beyond all belief. And not the winning. I told all my friends this winter that the Nats were going to win the National League East. I've been around baseball a long time. The recipe for success was there. That part doesn't surprise me. The way it's happened and the ride that we've been fortunate enough to be a part of has just been amazing.
Well, and I'm happy for our fans and for this area, because over the years, this baseball area right here has taken a lot of shots from a lot of people. How many places lose 2 teams and get a 3rd one? This team's not going to become the Rangers or the Twins somewhere. It's a fastball that just misses up and in to Jason Worth. So for the long-suffering fans of D.C., some waiting 33 years for the return of a team, and now 8 more for a successful team, you've done it. And so has Jason Worth. That's a great sound here in October, isn't it? We love hearing that in March for the first time. So a long, long while later, Jason Worth is 2 for 3 with a triple and a base hit. Jason Worth, been there, done that. 44 career playoff games. And I've been putting this in my notes every year, hoping that at some point I could use it. He has 11 home runs in the postseason for one ball club, Philadelphia, 13 overall. But those 11 home runs are more than any Philly in history. So they can boo him all they want whenever the Nats go up there. He's got a big part of their history, and that's a record that could stand for a long, long time.
Well, I distinctly remember in the 2010 playoffs when the Giants were playing the Phillies. I mean, he was the one guy that showed up for the Phillies offensively. They were atrocious with runners in scoring position that season. Their batting averages were not good coming out of the NLDS. And Jason Worth had a tremendous NLCS. And knowing that he was going to become a free agent, I went on my radio show that night and said he would look good in a Giants uniform. Well, he looks a lot better in a Nats uniform.
He hit 2 home runs, drove in 5 in that series.
He's a lot like Bryce Harper. The bigger the stage, the better he is.
I like this dynamic between the two of them, though. Mike Rizzo told us today, as we saw Worth leg out the triple and think about rounding the bag, that some of Bryce Harper has rubbed off on a guy like Jason Worth. Mark DeRosa high in the air right field. Nothing Worth can do here except stand halfway to second and then retreat. 2 outs. That'll bring in Ryan Zimmerman, and good for him to get back up to that 25 home run mark. It's Ryan's most home runs since he went 25 and 85 in 2010. He had gone 33 and 106 in a really great healthy year before that. That's the year he had the 30-game streak, early April to the middle of May. So considering the time he's missed, really, really nice numbers.
Nice numbers for a full season.
Yeah.
282, 25, and 95. Scored 93 runs.
So the Nats are playing in their 162nd game of the year. He's missed the equivalent of nearly 3 weeks.
He's going to win an MVP before it's all said and done.
When I've talked to Ray about this before, even if you're not the MVP for a season, if you get that award for a postseason series, albeit a short one, that is something that puts you on a level forever with the clutch guys in the game, because that's when it really counts and that's when all the pressure is on.
Are they cheating on me talking to Ray?
Well, he calls me occasionally, so I got to take it.
Looked at your phone the other day. You had a bunch of text messages to him. I saw a lot of calls to him.
Well, we have a long-standing relationship that started at a Pizza Hut in Wichita, Kansas. And I'm not kidding.
I know. College World Series, right?
Well, but yeah, that year, and a single game in Wichita before that. So there's Dominic Brown with the grab of a fly ball. So here we go, top of the 6th inning. Edwin Jackson pitching great, leading 2-1.
The 6, and just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lights. Well, history today, folks. If you missed it, here it is. Teddy got out of the gate slow, but then a Philly fanatic fetus came out.
Lost his nose.
And lost his nose. And then helped Teddy win his first ever race. History. Unbelievable. There you go, Teddy. You got one on the board.
Wow.
Even Stan Kasten getting on it. Congratulations with his perseverance. I always knew he would do it. I mean, word is spreading across the country about Teddy winning his first race.
Top of the 6th inning. Here's Carlos Ruiz. Edwin Jackson's 75th pitch of the day. Had him reaching. Tyler Moore will scoop it up and do it himself. Edwin continues to pitch effectively here in 2012. And let's have a look at the Phillies box score. Guess who has all their RBIs in this series? They've scored 5 runs, and Darren Ruff has driven in all 5 today, a sac fly, after a Carlos Ruiz double. So the Nats trying to win 2 out of 3 from Darren Ruff, evidently. If they could win, they'd even the season series with the Phils at 9-9. Phillies are 5-4 up there, and the Nats could be 5-4 here. Edwin's only given up a run on 5 hits. Pitching to contact, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. The only men he has struck out, the opposing pitcher and the opposing leadoff man, Juan Pierre. Dominic Brown robbed of a hit on a good running catch by Ian Desmond. He's grounded out to Danny Espinosa. And he's 2 for 11 career against Edwin Jackson, who puts that ball right in on his hands. Whoops. A lollipop to first. Tyler Moore back to earth just in time.
Bryce Harper's running right there. He's safe. Dominic Brown broke it down. If you're running hard to first like Carlos Ruiz did last night, he beats that out.
Good point. Bases empty, 2 outs. Schedule is out for next year. There are 20-game partial plans available. Nationals.com/2013 or call 202-675-NATS. Some restrictions apply.
You know, it's just little things like that that, you know, when you're out of a pennant race, your manager's sitting there watching. Charlie Manuel probably watching everybody run to first. It doesn't take a whole lot of ability to run hard 4 times a game, 90 feet. And we made a mention of Carlos Ruiz last night, who's caught however many games for the Phillies this year, busting it on a comebacker. And he said that's what makes him so good, and that's why he gets respect from his teammates. And right here, Dominic Brown breaks it down, and the throw's high, and if he runs through the bag, he's safe. Ooh. It's that simple.
That is a bad-looking replay.
It's not that hard to run 90 feet.
And a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch to guess who? Darren Ruff. Another perfect day with a walk and a sac fly in this series. He's 3 for 6 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Got jammed. Good pitch. Foul ball. Zimmerman didn't umpire. He just played third base. And we see Ryan do that a lot.
Good practice.
You know, his every one of his throws, and I'm not talking about the ones on the run, every throw he's made about the last week and a half, right on target.
There was something on it.
I think Ryan has junked the changeup and he's going with the heat, and I like it. Fans are clapping for a third out. They want to see 4, 5, 6 coming up.
That was a cutter at 94 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was about to say they don't have to pitch to Darren Ruff. They don't know how tough this is.
Or you just hope that Edwin Jackson has the same stuff that he has today, his first game in the playoffs, because today fastball's been electric, 96. Slider's been great. And you just saw a 94-mile-an-hour cutter. There's a slider, 86.
This is a power hitter who's becoming tough to strike out. Ruff's had 31 official at-bats in 12 major league games. He has struck out 10 times and walked a couple. Tough guy in a 1-run game here. And Edwin will keep it down and strike him out. In a 1-2-3, 6th inning. Edwin Jackson, 5 strikeouts today. He is electric today.
Well, I know one guy that's going to be partying with Teddy tonight. Adam Silverstein, it's his 21st birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. We'll catch you at the club with Teddy. Nat's bat boy does a great job.
He is,
and it's his 21st birthday today.
I told him yesterday, you got as much camera time last night as anybody in this organization.
They're telling him he's on TV right now. Happy birthday, bro.
He's a great kid. There's Michael Morse. 2 doubles. A run scored last time when Tyler Moore drove him in. So Michael in the series, 3 for 6. Batting average back up to 290. The Nats have Cliff Lee now just about to throw his 90th pitch. And a nasty breaking ball from Cliff Lee. Michael Moore struck out. So for Lee, only his 5th K of the day. Middle of the order's done some damage. Ryan Zimmerman, the game-tying home run in the 4th, followed by a Morse double, then a Moore double, and that's it for the scoring. Tyler Moore will step in now after knocking in his 28th run last time. And right-hander for the Phillies, Justin DeFreitas. Tyler Moore struck out first time and then just lasered one down the line for that RBI back in the 4th. That's about hit the Phillies. 6-5, lead 2-1 here. .92 to challenge him from Cliff Lee, who, by the way, is due to bat 3rd in the top of the 7th. So that's why the Phillies are getting their bullpen busy. So the Nats have Cliff Lee up near 100. Coming off a start when he threw 7 innings, giving only a run on 3 hits at Miami in a no decision 5 days ago. He tried to nip the upper part of that strike zone. That's the pitch, at least close to it. He threw Jesus Flores to end the 4th inning. 125 and 77, the career record for 34-year-old Cliff Lee. And touching one off is Tyler Moore. See you later. Way out of here. How about that? Number 10 for the rookie and a 2 RBI day on the last day of the regular season.
I'm telling you, he's a 30 home run guy if he plays every day. Did it in the minor leagues, and there's no reason he can't do it in the big leagues.
That's one of the strongest men on this ball club.
This is no doubter, folks. Watch this. Little cutter on the inner half, pulls the hands in. Doesn't even look at it. You see that? Put the head down and ran. Didn't even watch the home run. And I love when power hitters do that. Act like you've been there before and do it again.
And now Ian Desmond to left field. Boy, this ball club has some level of talent, from the guys who play every day to the guys that don't.
I just like the fact that he knew he got it. Right there, he knows he got it. He doesn't even watch it. He puts his head down and just runs to first. He did not see how far that ball went. What, more than halfway up the bleachers and left?
Nats have hit 2 today and 193 on the year. Only Milwaukee with 202. More homers in the National League.
I mean, just getting Tyler Moore these at-bats today for when Davey Johnson asked him in the playoffs to get a big hit off a lefty late in the game. This is valuable, so valuable that they clinched a couple of days ago to get these at-bats.
Yeah, and Davey likes sock off the bench. He's not looking for guys who hit singles for the most part, so he's got Chad Tracy on one side, Tyler Moore on the other, and a guy like Roger Bernardino who can fly and pinch run. This ball club has every ingredient you could think of.
It's going to be fun.
1 ball and 1 strike to Danny Espinosa, 0 for 2. Fly ball in the strikeout. And Lee going to get that one by him, 1 and 2. So this matinee has taken us to 3 o'clock here in our nation's capital. Bob Carpenter, FP Santangelo, Christina Acra with you from the field and the booth for the last time. But we have some more visiting to do here and there from who knows where. Danny Espinosa down on strikes, 2 outs. Number 6 for Cliff Lee. Your mission, our commitment. Visit agilitycorp.com and we check out the Nats against playoff teams. 5 out of 6 against a great Giants ball club. Came real close to going 7-0 against Cincinnati. Braves made a late rush sweeping that series. The Nats had led them 10-5. And then St. Louis the Nats dominate here. The Cardinals there.
24-14 overall.
How about that? 10 games over 500 against 4 really good ball clubs.
I think the Giants are playing a little bit better than last time the Nats faced them. I think Atlanta may be the hottest team in baseball.
Well, you've made the point. Nobody backs into a World Series. You got to go through the best to get there. So line them up.
Yeah, that's why I don't get caught up in the matchups. I've been asked over the last week, who do they match up best with? Who cares? If you're going to win a ring, you got to go through everybody. There's no easy way. There's no path of least resistance to win a championship. So they've done it all season long against the best teams in baseball. So bring them on. Let's go.
I guarantee you last October, somebody answered that question that said, well, you know, we'd like to see St. Louis upset Philadelphia so we don't have to play the Phillies. Then look what the wild card did.
Yeah.
Just like the Giants 2 years ago. You can't anticipate what's going to happen based on whose name's on a roster sheet. Breaking ball, and Jesus Flores stays with it. Got him in the foot.
I will say this, whoever they play game 1 is extremely critical for a team that hasn't had postseason experience. You get out of the gate, score a couple runs early, loosen up, and all of a sudden it becomes just another baseball game. You get that first game 1 under your belt with a win, or even maybe some runs early in that game to where now everybody takes a deep breath and the situation isn't as big as you originally thought it would be. That's huge. Game 1's going to be everything for this ball club.
On the left arm of Gio. And a snap down to first. Desmond back in plenty of time.
Come on, Flo.
So Ian Desmond's checked in with a base hit, his second of this series. Breaking ball down and in. Well, that should finish Cliff Lee's day after nearly 110 pitches. They call him country in the clubhouse, and this one almost went to a different part of the USA. Tyler Moore, 10th homer, 29 RBIs. Good season for the rookie. the ultimate achievers in the NL East, the Nats. It's a big deal. PNC Bank honoring this achievement with a limited edition Nationals playoff cap. Stop by any participating Greater Washington PNC. Talk to them about reaching your own goals, and the ball cap is yours. Get your October Natitude on, no purchase necessary. Limit one per person while supplies last. Ryan Zimmerman is 25th. Tyler Moore, his 10th. And pretty soon we'll be talking about Tyler Moore in that 25 to 30 category. That's extra 1 hour before and 1 hour after every playoff game, as long as the Nats are alive, featuring our anchors, Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight. They'll have the studio, and then some reporters named Carpenter, Santangelo, and Acro will be roaming about. Highlights, analysis, interviews, news conferences, a whole lot more. There will also be a 1 hour preview show the night before the playoff game, so that'll be either Friday night or Saturday night. Nats talk on Saturday and Sunday morning for as long as the Nats are in the playoffs. Top 7. Edwin Jackson, 86 pitches, 58 strikes. Nate Scherholtz has solved him twice. A drive down the left field line for a ground rule double, then a hard single up the middle. It is so weird to look down at the scorebook and see game number 162. You just don't anticipate this day coming because the season is so long.
Well, time flies.
And all of a sudden, here it is.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. I do remember a couple of seasons opening up to this page and saying, oh, good. It's about time. Not that we ever don't want to have baseball, but some years you just know when it's time. Wow, look at the day Nate Scherholtz is having. 2 doubles around a base hit. Because of the Tyler Moore home run, the tying run is in the batter's box, not on base. And Michael Martinez will be next as the Nats fire things up. Christian Garcia. Sean Burnett had a ball, then he departed. And here's Michael Gonzalez joining the right-hander Garcia. Great job all year out there by the man in the back, Jim Lett. Great baseball man. He was on Ray Knight's staff in Cincinnati. Here comes Steve McCaddy for a visit. Checking on Edwin after 89 pitches. You know, last night Adam LaRoche had that dramatic home run to set a new career high in homers and reach 100 RBIs. Adam told me it's the second time in his career that he made it to 100 RBIs on the second last day of the season. 2 years ago, he had 24 homers and 97 RBIs in Arizona. He didn't think he was going to do it, and on that occasion, he got a 3-run homer to make it to 100. And I think he felt like we did last night. He was not sure that ball was going out into the fog and all that heavy air. And he just said it was so cool. You know, Adam's not real big on individual accomplishments, but those guys will tell you 100 RBIs, that's a special number for any player.
Well, in the post-game interview with Christina, he was talking about how special the night before was and how, from a personal standpoint, him reaching 100 RBIs was just as special. You know, that was a patented Adam LaRoche home run, the helium ball. I mean, he gets so much backspin with that high finish of his, and how sweet is that swing been all year long.
But it's really funny because he really appreciates the 2 times he's done it now, because it's taken such a finish on the second last day of the season to get to that century mark. So good for him. Plus, last night, a career high in home runs. When he hit 32 for the Braves in 06, he drove in 90. Oh, 0-1 to Michael Martinez with a target away. Slapped out to left. Michael Morse on the move, and he gets there to wait for it. 2 outs, or rather 1 out, pardon me. With the number 9 hitter coming up, and it looks like Lance Nix about to hit for Cliff Lee. Not a lot of playing time for Lance this year. 69 games, 113 at bats. He's 4 for 25 as a pinch hitter with 3 runs batted in. Big, strong guy. He can hurt you with a long fly at any time. He had some nice moments here last year. 324 at bats, 16 homers, and 44 batted in.
And the total air time of those 16 homers was 16 seconds.
He can hit some missiles, that guy.
Yeah.
They list Lance at 6'1", 220, and that's about, I don't know, 4% body fat maybe? I don't know. He is some kind of put together. 31 years of age, out of the Houston area. I remember Lance telling me last year his dad was in the oil business, and they moved out to Midland, which is really out in the middle of nowhere in West Texas. And he said there was nothing else to do in the fall, so he became a football player and pretty soon star quarterback.
He looks more like a star fullback to me.
Can you imagine him on a quarterback keeper and you're the linebacker in high school waiting for him to come around the corner?
He's a 4th and 1 guy.
2 balls and a strike.
Kind of plays baseball like it's 4th and 1.
Yeah. Phillies signed him to a 2-year deal, by the way, as a free agent, so he is signed through next year. And that chopper will even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order coming up, Juan Pierre. So Cliff Lee goes 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. Didn't walk any Nats, struck out 7, including his last 3 outs, but Edwin Jackson's been better. Edwin goes off speed. Counts full, 3-2. Steve McCatty's staff has led baseball in ERA from wire to wire. 3.34 coming in to this one. It's been in the 3.2 range most of the season. First couple of weeks under 2, and in the low 2s at the end of April. It's just been remarkable watching this staff. Swing and a miss, and a good time for it. Strikeout number 6 for Edwin Jackson.
I don't think that Lance Nix was convinced he was going to get a 3-2 slider, but look at the sequence. Everything below the strike zone to Nix. You don't want to elevate, obviously, to a guy with pop, and it's a good pitch. And Randy Knorr is walking out to make this pitching change for the Nats.
How about that? Randy Knorr, who won a championship as the manager at Potomac a couple of years ago, and Edwin looked up and saw the bench coach coming out, and now he's coming out, and we want you to enjoy the greeting he's getting from Nats fans on the last day of the regular season. W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason? They've been a great sponsor all year long. We've seen some doubles and triples bang off that sign this year. What a nice day at the park. Good crowd on hand for the finale. Looks like the Nats will end up drawing somewhere between 90 to 95,000 for this 3-game series. So here's Christian Garcia, and the rookie, a recent call-up, already appearing in his 13th game. 12 innings, 15 Ks, and the league hitting a .190 against him. You'll see Juan Pierre here. And Pierre, early in the count, center field, Jason Worth. Time to take a stretch. 6.5 great innings by the Nats. Pitching outstanding in a 3-1 lead. Check it out today. Michael Moore's couple of extra base hits. Ryan Zimmerman got the Nats back even with his 25th, leading off the 4th. Tyler Moore's had a big day. He's driven one in with a double and one in with his 10th home run.
Yeah, pretty good day for Tyler Moore. Getting a start at first base today. It just seems like this year when he's played first base, he's absolutely raked. You remember that 2-home run day, I think, in Toronto?
It was.
He played first base. Doesn't have to stress out about defense, playing in an unfamiliar position like left field. Gets that big old picker on at first base and has another big day. 10th home run of the year for Moore.
Pretty sure there won't be a Moore LaRoche platoon at first base next year, but they will find a way to get that young man his at-bats. So this is the right-hander, Justin DeFreitas, who went 2/3 of an inning with a hit and a walk, but scoreless in the game on Monday night. The Nats will have the number 9 spot up. Steve Lombardozzi will lead off. For Christian Garcia, who comes in, gets a quick out, does the job again. A lot to like about that young man.
The Night Ranger does it again.
And then there's Steve Lombardozzi, who came into this rookie season happy to be at the big league level. Opened a lot of eyes last year when he had 309 at Harrisburg and 310 at Syracuse. And then he goes early count swinging there and flies out to Dominic Brown. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Be sure to pick up your postseason t-shirts and ball caps from the Nationals Clubhouse team store located near the center field gate. Select locations throughout the park. And for more, you can call 202-640-7777. You might want to ask them about their hours now that the regular season is over, when you can stop by. And I can tell you, my family and I have done that in the past, and there is parking available out near the team store at the center field part of the park when there's no baseball going on here. Check it out.
Free Bob Carpenter scorebooks with every National League East Division championship.
That and about $30 will get you 100 games in that scorebook. So Jason Worth leads off. He's tripled singled today, 2 for 3. I know we shipped some up here last week. They were in the team store for this homestand, and a lot of folks like to keep score of historic playoff games. That is a swing, says Phil Cuzzy. Jason Worth back over 300. That's right off the end of the bat, over near the dugout. And a play there for Kevin Franzen, 2 down. Drew Storen we will check in on. AT&T fact of the game, saved number 4 last night. Third most games appeared in by a first-round pick from 3 years ago, Dustin Ackley, and of course, the Angels' Mike Trout. And would be very close to the most without all that time off this year.
Mike Trout's had a wonderful season, and he will be the Rookie of the Year, but the MVP is playing in Detroit, hands down.
Have to. If a guy wins the Triple Crown or even is in it till the last day, like Miguel Cabrera is.
Well, if he wins it, there shouldn't be a vote. It should just be automatically. You win a Triple Crown, you're the MVP.
Yeah.
But I think there's been times in history where that hasn't been the case.
Well, nobody's going to catch him in batting average. Josh Hamilton would have to hit 1 home run today to tie him, in which case he would still win the Triple Crown. Cabrera, 44 homers, 139 RBIs, while hitting .331.
It's pretty good.
Be the first American leaguer since Carl Yastrzemski of the 1967 American League champion Red Sox to win it. Haven't had one since the 30s in this league when Joe Ducky Medwick of the Cardinals did it. 2-1 pitch.
And Trout scored 129 runs. He stole 49 bases. That's a rookie record for the Angels. He's hitting .324. 55 multi-hit games. But Miguel Cabrera, 64 multi-hit games.
Mark DeRosa reaching for that one. Chase Utley will throw him out. That's it for the Nats in the bottom of the 7th. So this one's up to the bullpen, and it's a 3-1 Washington lead. We will see you next week. This one to the top of the 8th inning. And remember, when the Nats hit a homer, Ryan Zimmerman's done it today. Tyler Moore's done it today. Ho-hum, 2-home run game. Yeah, it happened again. All that money to the Children's National Medical Center, thanks to our Washington area Lexus dealers. There's a shark in the middle of the ocean out there. And then Jason Worth for Mark DeRosa in right field. So the pitcher will be batting second. And here in the 8th inning, it's Sean Burnett, who at times this year has been a very good 8th inning man.
70th appearance of the year for Burnett, the ERA at 2.43. His 30 holds is tied for 4th in the National League, and his 2.43 ERA ranks 3rd amongst left-handed relievers to work at least 50 innings. And I'll say this, the guy on the mound right now has been the glue for that bullpen all season long. Fantastic year for Sean Burnett.
Two, 3, 4 for the Phillies, and look out, here comes Kevin Franzen. This is Sean Burnett's first appearance of this series. Kevin Franzen career 1 for 2 against him. Chase Utley next, and then Carlos Ruiz.
After watching Franzen against the Nationals the last couple of series, I think he's 1 for 2 career off everyone.
Yeah, 2 for 3 against some of these guys. He's just been a hit machine. Nats haven't been able to stop him.
Little souvenir from game 162, the day Teddy won. It's a big foul ball.
I waited till the last 2 innings to get a souvenir. Cool. Swing and a miss. Burnett strikes out Kevin Franzen. Nissan will track it.
Yeah, going the off speed right here. Everything down and away. Pulls the string on the changeup. 83. Franzen out front. Good pitch once again from the lefty, Sean Burnett.
Chase Utley 0 for 3 today. 2 for 11 career with a home run against Sean Burnett. Talked about Burnett being the glue to the Nats bullpen in the batter's box, is the glue of the Phillies overall. He and Jimmy Rollins, when they're healthy, hold this thing together. Utley always one of the highest IQ guys in the game. Nice grab there. Everybody making plays. No balls and 2 strikes here in the 8th inning. Jonathan Papelbon to get some work, because the bottom of the 8th could be the last time the Nats bat today. Maybe Tyler Clippard gets Carlos Ruiz, huh? Maybe he gets the 9th. We'll see. Kind of early for him to be warming for the 9th.
You just want to keep everybody sharp. Everybody ready for that first game.
1 and 2 from Burnett. And it stands Utley up, leans him back. The count's even 2-2.
I mean, this is shaping up great for Davey Johnson. He's had a couple of days to get Tyler Moore in there. He looks good. Bernardino got a big hit last night. He looks good. Mark DeRosa has been swinging the bat good the last 2 days. He looks good. Now you got your bench locked and loaded.
Utley with a check swing, and he hit it hard, as it turned out. Off a swing like that to Danny Espinosa. So the bases are empty with 2 outs. MLB.com at bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, Windows Phone 7. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights. Text at bat to 31826. Or for details, Nationals.com, and keep up with the playoffs. There have been a couple of seasons when, because of rainouts, the Nats haven't played 162 games. They didn't last year when they went 80 and 81. They did 2 years ago when they went 69 and 93. 59 and 93 in 09, but in 08 they went 59 and 102. So it's happened a couple of times, but not this year. Baseball loves it. MLB loves it when you open up your newspaper on the last day of the regular season and there are no 29 and a half, 15 and a half, 5 and a half. They love it. They call it the integrity of the schedule when everybody plays the same number.
How many times this year have you seen good right-handed hitters take that swing off a Sean Burnett two-seam fastball? And it tells you about the late movement down and away. You see little tricklers up the first baseline foul because of the late movement that he's had pretty much all season long on that fastball. I'm not just talking any right-handed hitters. I'm talking some of the best ones in baseball, like a Carlos Ruiz, taking that swing.
Matchups like that huge when you get to postseason. Three balls and 2 strikes with Dominic Brown on deck. And Sean Burnett gets Ruiz on a fly ball to right for Jason Worth. So the bullpen flawless so far. Bottom of the 8th, Zimmerman, Morse, and Moore. They've all done big things today. Brought to you by Dodge. Go to Dodge.com and visit your local Dodge dealer this week. By the Virginia Lottery. We'll play anything, anywhere, anytime. We're game. And by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. By the way, that's a live shot. We'll be going down to FP in just a moment. It just seems like it keeps on happening.
Oh, they're going to do it again. Don't worry about that.
Hope so. By the way, I walked into the clubhouse yesterday and I was very impressed with the job that our clubhouse crew did, getting the place all cleaned up.
That just doesn't get old.
There was a little lingering aroma, but not too bad.
Keep showing it. Press rewind, show it again. Press pause. Love it.
I hope the Nats will put the press on Papelbon here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Zimmerman, Morse, and Moore. Phillies closer will finish his first season in Philadelphia with 38 saves. Chase Utley is done for the season. Pete Orr will take over at second base for the Phils and bat 9th. Papelbon, that's pretty good when you save 38 and only let 4 get away the entire season. 91 strikeouts, fewer than 70 innings. This man is tough. Ryan Zimmerman's 0 for 1 career against him with a strikeout. And they have thrown first pitch in Oakland. The Rangers and the A's are underway. That'll really be one to keep an eye on in the late afternoon. Up and in.
74.
Yeah, that was a changeup. Fans booing, but they shouldn't. Just got away.
A split just squirted out of his fingers.
I thought I heard a noise, and it was the ball ticking off the mitt of Carlos Ruiz. 2-1.
Well, I have this to say about the A's-Rangers game. Let's go Oakland.
Well, you played for Oakland. You need to root for your guys.
Absolutely.
And there's a Nationals influence out there with Johnny Gomes, Tommy Malone.
Yeah.
Bunch of Nats are now part of the Oakland organization.
It's good for baseball. It's a great story. I wore the clown shoes out there. I'm not afraid to say it, and I'm rooting for him today. Might have been a knuckleball from Papelbon. Looking at it again.
Really?
He'll throw that sometimes.
Preparing for the latter part of his career?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's going to try to pitch till he's 45. He's only 31. Jamie Moyer had a knuckleball. He'd still be pitching. That's low and a good take by Ryan. The count goes full 3-2. Well, that was very cool. 2 at-bats ago when Zimmerman went opposite field into the bullpen. Tied the game, most importantly. But it got Ryan to 25 and 95 on the home runs and the RBIs.
It was cool because it was coming off the Teddy win.
Don't go full count on this guy. I've made this point before because the first guy to do it was, of all people, Will Nieves in a walk-off against the Cubs. In this ballpark, not many right-handed hitters can stay on the ball long enough and still hit it into that right field bullpen. Where Ryan hit that ball is a rare occurrence here. I can't think of more than a handful over the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, we said in Philadelphia when Michael Morse hit that tremendous bomb over the Phillies bullpen into the Nats bullpen, the last guy to do it was Ryan Zimmerman in 09. I think April of 09. So, yeah, he's got opposite field pop. Not too many ballparks can hold him pull side, straightaway center, or opposite field.
Three and 2 to Ryan. Check swing. Didn't go, and he's aboard. Another run would be very nice here. Leading the Phils by 2. They have 5, 6, and 7 due up. And a final reminder about our buddies down in Potomac, the Nationals down there accepting deposits on season tickets for next year. You can go to their website and check out everything. Game used jerseys from 2012. Give them a call at 703-590-2311. Our Potomac Nationals.
Oh, there's a big beast head.
Greatest singing crowd in baseball.
Awesome.
Bryce Harper is coming out to run for Ryan Zimmerman.
Curtain call. Watch this ovation.
Is this Bryce Harper's first pinch running appearance?
No, I think he pinch ran, I want to say in Boston, but maybe it was a pinch hit with a walk to where he influenced the game with his wheels.
Yeah. I remember that walk. It was huge. It was one of his great at-bats of the year. Well, Davey told him, steal second, go to third on the throw into center field, round the bag, and if they throw it away, come on back and see me.
No, I think Davey told him, we're going to need you in a couple of days. Stay right where you're at.
Michael Morse 2 for 3 today. A manager with a sense for the moment, knowing this crowd would love to pay tribute to Ryan Zimmerman, and he pinch runs for him.
You want the most random scoreboard update ever? Houston won, Chicago won, bottom of the fourth.
Those are two teams, FP, a combined 79 games out of first place. You can be quiet now. And the 0-2 to Michael Morse. We know what it's like to play some of those last days of the season. Hopefully, that feeling is long gone in these parts. Oh, 0-2 to Michael. Papelbon checks Harper. Bryce Harper, by the way, to be a 2020 man, would have to steal second and third or home. What a great rookie season. And the more we talk to people around baseball, I think there's a consensus building to get him that Rookie of the Year based on his great September. Short lead for him. He's holding. And Morse will hammer one off to the right side.
Well, if you missed it earlier, we said it in the open. We said it with Rizzo. Why not say it here in the bottom of the eighth? 330, 400 on base percentage, 8 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs, 14 RBI, and 26 runs scored for Bryce Harper in the biggest games of the year for the Washington Nationals in a pennant race.
Gio pennant race, Burnett pennant race. To me, those are deal breakers and deciding factors in a vote. Harper's running, swinging a drive to right. That ball is going to slice into the corner. And Bryce Harper had second base stolen, but Michael Morse on 0-2's got to be hacking if it's close. Let's check in on the rookies in September again.
I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, right?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, Todd Frazier's had a great year. But Bryce Harper, when it means the most. One and two to Michael. Nice job of waiting for that breaking ball and then getting a piece of it. Tyler Moore's had a big day. Seems to do things in twos when he plays first base. As FP mentioned, 2 homers in Toronto today, 2 RBIs on 2 extra base hits. One of them his 10th. Harper running. And again, close enough on which to be hacking with 2 strikes. Today's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, in the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Getting emotional reading these for the last time.
Yeah, that's your last time reading that disclaimer. You've just done a great job all year with it.
Well, I've always wanted to be a pronouncer. So Drew Storen replacing Tyler Clippard in the bullpen a few minutes ago.
Bryce is going again.
Yep.
And Bryce is going back to first again. So you thought you had the day off, Bryce.
Some wind sprints to keep him fresh for the weekend. Bryce Harper has scored 97 runs this year, 5th most in the league. The only guys more: Justin Upton, Andrew McCutchen, Ryan Braun, and Jimmy Rollins.
And missed a month.
Yeah, didn't get here till the end of April. He's holding, and Michael Morse hammers one, heading for the scoreboard. It is gone. The Nats lead 5-1.
What a great at-bat from Michael Morse. I mean, how many pitches did he foul off in a 2-strike count to get to that pitch? To let the ball travel.
He knew it.
Get deep, go the other way. And how many home runs has he hit right in that spot this year? Right center field, the turbo zone for the Beast. And look at the joy in his face as he comes around first base. And the fans want him out of the dugout.
That's his 18th of the year, RBI 61 and 62. Tyler Moore steps out, and there's the Beast.
That's awesome. Just some very cool moments at the ballpark today. Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah, I know that script on Monday night had a few variations to it. If you could write a script for the last day of the season right here, that's just about been word for word.
Unreal. It's like we're in a movie today, the things we're seeing.
No balls and 1 strike to Tyler Moore. And that's in their 0-2. So the Nats have a 4-run lead. Drew Storen just sat down, and Michael Gonzalez has just gotten up. Tyler Moore is going to hit one a mile. Look out up there.
There's no way those people thought they were getting a foul ball and they sat down today. That guy did not sit down and say, honey, we got a good chance of getting a souvenir. Third deck foul ball from Tyler Moore.
Yeah, if the guy hits one 380 and hooks it, we've got a shot. 0-2 to Tyler. And he'll take that breaking ball. So Tyler Moore is going to end up his rookie season in the mid-260 range with at least 10 home runs and at least 29 RBIs. And he's gone long stretches without playing. A tribute to his discipline and hard work. 2-2.
Of Michael Morse's 18 home runs, 9 have been the other way. 7 have been to straightaway center. So 16 of the 18 either up the middle or the other way.
Rangers, by the way, did not score in the first at Oakland. Two-two to Tyler Moore. And Papelbon gets him. Jonathan Papelbon, on his 23rd pitch of the 8th inning, gets the first out.
And Tyler Moore with the standing ovation going back to the dugout. How great is this?
So Charlie Manuel going to get Papelbon, who walked Zimmerman, gave up the homer to Michael Morse, and the Nats get a chance to boo a Philly here in the 8th inning. 5-1. And you can cover all your bases with Masson this postseason for Nats team coverage. Head to MassonSports.com. Connect with us at Masson Nationals on Facebook and Twitter for live game chats, breaking news. Masson, your all-access sports network. Right-hander Tyson Brummett. They just added him to the roster yesterday when they pulled B.J. Rosenberg out to start. So he's climbed the ladder quickly. This is his major league debut.
How about an at-bat? What do you think? I mean, 277, 1-7. Great season at the dish. Maybe the best hitting pitcher in baseball.
You know, I just had a chance to chat with Steven for a couple of minutes yesterday, and it's just, his attitude is unbelievable. He's been smiling around the clubhouse, interacting with everybody. And I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't sound like a guy that's been, quote, shut down. So hats off to him for the way he's handled that whole situation.
Well, he's a great teammate. That doesn't shock me a bit.
And Ian Desmond salvages a 2-for-4 day here.
Well, that's good because I accidentally parked in his parking spot today. And he asked me as politely as possible. He said, FP, I've been parking in that spot all year. Can you please move? I said, absolutely. I didn't know. You know, the players got here a little bit later today with the day game after the night game. So thank goodness he got 2 hits is the point of that story.
Yeah. You're still speaking,
yes.
The two of you.
I didn't know.
Danny Espinosa is going to check in, and now the Nats, 3 of the last 4 hitters, hitting safely, 4 of 5 in this inning on base, and Jesus Flores will be next. So Tyson Brummett, who was a 7th-round pick in 2007 out of Salt Lake City, greeted rudely by the Nats. He was born, by the way, in Columbus, Mississippi, not far from where Tyler Moore is from, in Brandon. So here's Flores with Roger Bernardina coming out on deck, and maybe, I think what might be happening here is on the scoreboard, they had Bernardina batting 9th. He might be batting 2nd, and Randy Knorr came out maybe to tell Greg Gibson that, because it looks like Chad Tracy will be hitting next, and that might be for the pitcher. Because they're not going to take Bernardina out, I don't think.
This place would go crazy if Strasburg got an at-bat.
So Randy Knorr, he just pointed to the scoreboard and told Roger Bernardina, the scoreboard's wrong. You're batting 2nd, so you're still in play here. Davey has not been in the dugout, we are told, for the last couple of innings. So Randy Knorr, a very capable guy, and he will be a major league manager. It's only a question of when. One ball and 1 strike to Jesus Flores. So Chad Tracy is on deck. Jesus Flores gone, 2 down. And that'll bring in Tracy, the pinch hitter extraordinaire, who made his presence felt this season right from the first weekend at Wrigley Field, and except when he was on the DL, never let up.
I think the biggest contribution he's made are the obvious ones, but when you talk about, getting T-shirts for every run and embracing the goon squad, I've been on benches where guys are sitting there complaining about not playing. They're not happy with their role. But when you wear something like a badge and say, hey, I'm the captain of this thing, we're going to have fun with it, and he got Goon Squad T-shirts, made everybody embrace their roles, that's huge. Now you know your role. You're not complaining about not playing. Not that you don't want to play every day, but you know what your job is, and when you're called upon, you get it done. And you take your little team in there, and you say, hey, this is our job. We're going to do it. We're going to do it well. I remember him getting a big hit in Chicago, walking into the dugout. He told me after the game, he said, Goon Squad 1, starters nothing. And that's when it started. Second game of the year.
That was great. Whoa! And Chad Tracy, while walking away, turned around and stared down Tyson Brummett Right now, a rookie who's kind of all over the place.
Well, that wasn't a stare like, don't hit me, bro. That was a stare like, this is the big leagues. How did you miss that much with a fastball?
Huh.
Like, almost in astonishment. I guess that pitch was outside.
He had a Michael Morse.
That was outside his body.
Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Brummett pitched at UCLA. Facing Chad Tracy. And that's up and in. That was 80, not a fastball. Yuri Perez next in Jason Worth's spot, if it gets that far. So there's Brummett pulling the string, and that's it. But the Nats have a great inning and might have iced it. We'll see. After Zimmerman's walk, Michael Morse opposite field. He knew it, pointed to the dugout. 3 for 4 on the day with 2 doubles and that long bomb. The regular season. That'll mean the Nats have been victorious and won their 98th game. A lot to talk about today. When Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, and Mel Antonin get together for all your Nats news and notes they prepare for the division series this weekend, it's the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report following Nats Extra. Michael Gonzalez gets the call here in left field for the Nats. Corey Brown. Outfield stays the same, and then Chad Tracy, after pinch hitting, goes over to play third base. So the pitcher is batting third. And Corey Brown is batting fourth. What a year for 35-year-old Mike Gonzalez.
When you talk about the Kurt Suzuki trade and all the pickups that Mike Rizzo made throughout the season, I think this might be one of the better ones. Maybe a little under the radar, but he solidified that bullpen as well. Been the glue with Burnett.
And Gonzalez coming out firing strikes to Dominic Brown here. As the Phillies, barring a rally, will finish the season at the 500 mark. Chad Tracy watching it, waiting, and grabbing it for the first out. Nats Extra Post Game, Johnny and Ray, right here at the ballpark, presented by W.B. Mason, when this one is over. Hats off to Johnny and Ray and Byron and Phil, all those who've helped us with Nats Extra this year. FPR salute to the truck, our wonderful crew led by producer Chip Winfield and director Doug Yolacki, best group I've ever worked with. They've been here every year. And ladies and gentlemen of Masson out there under center field somewhere in that dark cavern, we salute you and thanks for a great season.
Well said.
Not easy to talk so nice about somebody who never picks up a check, but that's okay. They did a very nice dinner for our crew here at the ballpark last night, and we just appreciate every one of them.
They make us look good.
Yeah, and those great images you remember from the clincher Monday night, that's them at their best when we didn't have to say a whole lot. The count stays 1-2 on Darren Ruff, who will go into the season with some high hopes, and the Phillies probably feel the same way about him.
Somewhere Harry Callis is smiling with that line.
Yeah, Harry always sang high hopes. And that's out number 2 as Gonzalez strikes out Ruff.
The Phillies have had 9 straight seasons above 500.
Well, the Nats gave them a losing home record last week of 40-41.
They hold on here today. That streak comes to an end.
Just a quick footnote, Oakland scored a run in the bottom of the first against the Texas Rangers. And the crowd stands.
I'm just going to soak this in.
It's a breaking ball in on the hands of Ty Wigginton, who hits for Nate Scherholtz now. More than 37,000 on hand today. 37,075 paid. And the 0-1. Washington leads it by 4. Michael Gonzalez trying to close out a 98-win season. And no matter what Cincinnati does tonight, if the Nats win this, best record. Close, but ball 4 on a breaking pitch. That'll bring in Michael Martinez. And a drive heading out to left. Corey Brown puts it away. The season's over. It's history in Washington with 98 wins.
A magical ride that's only just begun.
Edwin Jackson gets the win. That gets him ready for postseason play. That's big for the Nats. What a week it's been. The clincher Monday night, the celebration, Bryce Harper pinch running for Ryan Zimmerman, who homered after Teddy won his first race. What a perfect day at Nationals Park.